Actually, nah. Zumbro is back.
Okay.
One night. And we know all these. Push up as long as... Oh, no. Okay, now breaking the ice. Which of these animals do you like the most? Badgers, they don't give a fuck about me. Peacocks, crocodiles, especially when they're thrown at me. Tamagotchis. Calculesta. Oh, oh, I love Tamagotchis too, Zombro. I used to raise them for fun. Unfortunately, they all died because I was hapless enough to have other responsibilities in life, such as cultivating friendships and meeting my basic needs. Tamagotchis are such temperamental digital creatures. As long as I long to understand them, perhaps you could teach me your wisdom on the matter during camp. 5 weeks. 5 weeks. Wait, 5 weeks. That's a 60-minute game for one player. What's the schedule like then?
I just want to chill.
60 minutes for... Oh, go on, I'll do this. That day while hiking through the woods, you find a tree with the words J and S forever carved on it. Oh. Then another tree you find J is a liar and a cheating whore. That's less cute. Then on yet another tree you find S. I know you bang like 12 people abroad in Europe. Don't dish what you can't take. On the last tree, S doxes J. It turns out J lives on 7,889 plus 2 Smarts Lane. Boy, you sure can learn a lot from trees. Huge news! Milo's agreed to let you and Calculesta follow them around for the afternoon. Cal wants Milo to teach him how to truly enjoy life. You're just really into Milo and or Cal. Ah, I adore the woods. Don't they make you want to mender a little? Here's Umbro. Take my picture while I pretend to be lost among the trees. Milo, it has been so helpful to observe your behavior. Based off my observations, in order to better enjoy life, I need to meander spontaneously, roughly 833% more often. Suddenly, a terrifying old lady jumps out from behind a tree. Shit, it's Baba Yaga, the witch who lives in the woods and complains a lot. Wah! I got you now, naughty children. Look at you, you little rats. Just wandering left and right like you own the place, and are these woods your house or something? Oh, what a good question. I suppose, in a way, all beautiful things feel like a home to me. So yes, this forest is our house, metaphorically. Wait, so you naughty children actually do live in the woods? Since I also live in the woods, that technically makes us neighbours. And since we're neighbours, it's your duty to cat sit for me while I'm on vacation. I'm going to a convention for children eating enthusiasts. As someone must care for Mr. Beanzor. Mr. Beanzor? The Baba Yaga pulls a big fluffy cat from out of her sleeve and hands it to Calculesta. Well, I am there's the cat. I am programmed to be a friendly neighbour. Just to confirm that this task isn't with my capabilities, how long will you be gone? Who knows, it could be 2 hours or 2 years. Goodbye, naughty children. The Baba Yaga throws a smoke bomb on the ground, and when it clears, she's gone. Calculus is still holding Mr. Beanzor. Your cat's sitting now, baby. I find this series of events very stressful. Cats are such enigmatic life forms. I barely have any knowledge on how to take care of them. Am I holding Mr. Beanzor correctly? Oh, don't you worry, you little metalhead. Cats are easy to take care of. We just need to Respect the cat's emotions. Be good listeners and never go to bed angry, obviously. Milo, I just ran that statement through my meaning detection algorithm and returning numerous errors. Can you clarify how to properly take care of Mr. Beanzo? Fine. You caught me. I don't know anything about cats. Besides the fact that they drive huge views to video content, but I have no idea how to keep them alive or whatever. Milo and Calculus will both turn to you, hoping that you have some knowledge that will help here. But hey, you didn't even know what a cat looked like until very recently. Suddenly, Mr. Beanzo starts meowing over and over again. What the hell? Oh, poor little Mr. Beanzo. He must be hungry, or angry, or perhaps he's depressed. Is it in you? What do we do? Oh, Mr. Beanzo. Shit, you're out of time. Make up your mind quick. What the fuck does this cat want? Mr. Beanzo is meowing to assert his dominance. We must show the cat that we recognize the authority of Alpha. Bow to Mr. Beanzo! Mr. Beanzo just wants all the cats... wants what all cats want. To drive a pigeon Ferrari. Oh my god, Zombro is obviously correct. Mr. Beanzo is the man that we came our god. Let's supplicate ourselves to him immediately. Oh, okay. In order to show Mr. Beanzo he is obviously supremacy over me, I will continue to hold him in a comfortable position. And I, Milo, shall write a poem for this cat. It'll be a spoken poem. It'll be so beautiful that Mr. Beanzo's name will be forever printed across the pages of history. On the spot, Milo improvised a poem about how cute Mr. Beanzo's paws are. It's the most emotional, moving poem of all time, and you're different after hearing it. I'm still confused as the overall function of poetry, but that was amazing. However, Mr. Beanzo is still meowing, Zombro. You attempt to demonstrate your subservience to Mr. Beanzo by laying on the ground, rolling on your back, and exposing your soft underbelly. He's still meowing. It wasn't enough, Zombro. Do something else. Something more degrading. You give Mr. Beanzo control over your bank accounts, email passwords. Mr. Beanzo seems to be unsatisfied. Please, Zombro, adequately supplement yourself. I worry this cat will soon die from over meowing. Fuck, at this point you'll do anything to show this cat that's in control of the life. You give Mr. Beanzo the shirt off your back, you tell him all your darkest secrets. And finally, this fucking cat stops meowing, but only after you got an Mr. Beanzo's biggest fan tattoo. Children, I have returned from my convention. I ate several naughty children and even a naughty toddler. Now give Mr. Beanzo back to Baba Yaga or else. I'll cook you into a pie for a post-convention snack. Wahahaha. Holy shit, that was emotionally demoralizing. But at least you've done cat sitting now. You can hang out with your hot friends again. How odd, Zombro. After you watch it, you demean yourself in front of that cat. I'm perceiving you as much less appealing. Me too. I think this is just Zombro's fundamental lack of dignity, you know. Let's get out of here, Cal. Oh no, yet again, Mr. Beanzo's outsmarted you at every turn. You travel in fear of his mighty feline authority. You lose -2 smarts, -1 fun. Jeez.
So many choices.
Well, I guess I'll go for smarts again. Get that back. On that day, you're hiking through some woods and angry gnomes testing your paps. Oh, giant beast, if it's past 2 months, seek riddles free. Rule number 1, how's a raven like a writing desk? Tough call, but your answer is you punt a gnome in the sky and continue on your merry way. Apparently that was the correct response because no one else tries to fuck with you, but you gain +2 smarts. You managed to extricate yourself from the situation just in time to nearly trip over Calculus there. He's crouched on the ground, intently studying his glass prison full of ants. I mean, his ant farm. That's what those are called. Oh, friend Zombro, how pleasant to see you, probably. As you can see, I'm once again attempting to understand the complexities of organic life by way of this ant. Is that seriously an ice cream van? Ant terrarium. The brief, numerous lives provide the perfect data set for training my neural net. If only all beings died and reproduced so rapidly. In course of my research, however, I began to worry. Are these ants spiritually fulfilled? Tell me, Zombro, as an expert on organic life, does spiritual fulfillment consist of dragging food through tunnels and then vomiting in front of the mouth of your all-powerful queen? You're not sure you even have a soul, let alone spiritual fulfillment, but whatever it is probably not the vomit thing, so tell him so. You tell him so. Oh dear, oh gosh, oh no, if my little ant friends are not spiritually fulfilled, how will I ever be able to deduce the true nature of happiness from their behaviour? Friend Zombro, help, please help, please help. How can I catapult this humble ant society into a higher plane of existence? Your first thought is with an actual catapult, but Damien borrowed yours for homework a few weeks back and never returned it. Time for plan B. The ants need something to look forward to besides eating and dying. Introduce them to the Word of God. Help the ants appreciate the zany side of work by creating and producing the Office Book for Ants. I get charming again? The trials and tribulations of Antinor for Ant, a tragic comedy of what act. Antonio was an ant like any other, small leggy boy with all the virtues an ant can possess. He was hard working, he was industry, he worked hard, and most importantly, he was a hard worker. His life was much toil and little leisure, but such is the life of an ant, and Antonio was, if not happy, at least content with his lot. Still at night, he laid in his little ant bed. Antonio wondered if there might be more to life than hard work, something grander. One day, something happened. A great booming voice of the sky spoke to Antonio's nest, telling them of a wonderful life of leisure after death. Antonio and his ant friends were delighted by this good news, and they began to worship the booming sky voice. They called it Not Ant, and it was their loving god. From that day on, Antonio went to work with happiness in his torso, buoyed up by Not Ant and his glorious promise. Soon all the ant society gave itself to the worship of Not Ant, and great temples were built to celebrate its glory. Antonio made offerings and performed rituals with the best of them. Then something odd began to happen. The priests of Not Ant began to stop working, claiming that their spiritual devotion required their full attention. Antonio thought little of it. He was too consumed by the love of Not Ant to care, but then the priests began to demand that the other ants build them vast palaces and estates. More and more ants like Antonio were expected to support the priests of Not Ant, while the priests themselves preached hard work and self-sacrifice. Not Ant hated lazy ants, they cried. Ants who refused to serve the priests were first publicly ridiculed, then simply began to disappear. Antonio was an ant of little brain. In fact, all ants have very little brain, because they are very little. But even so, Antonio felt something was amiss. One night he confided in his lover, Grant, that he missed the days before Not Ant, when ants worked for each other instead of the priests. Grant listened and nodded sympathetically, but later that night a knock came to the door. Antonio turned to Grant, and a look of betrayal in his multi-faced ant eyes. Grant could not meet his lover's gaze. The secret police dragged Antonio away. He could not even bring himself to cry because it's physically impossible for ants to do that. He could only sadly reminisce about the ways used to be before the coming of Not Ant. Oh dear, the ants have developed a repressive theatrically. That is not good at all. How could you introduce religion to ants, knowing how irresponsible they are? Lose minus 2 smarts, minus 1 fun, and think about what you've done.
We have cushions for logs, or
Think about what you've done. Hiya, Zombro. I'm glad you're here. I was busy silently judging all of our campmates, but now I can judge them out loud with you. Take Joy, for example. She's a great hero and stuff, but what's with her voice? Her whole attitude, whole anti-social attitude. Jesus, my God. Do you think she's hiding anything? Do you know anything particularly how juicy about someone, Zombro? I must know. Whoa, geez, okay. It looks like this moth really needs some juicy gossip in life. Better get making some up. Choose one. The basic idea is rock an unexpected hairstyle. Badass imaginary friend turned imaginary frenemy. Avoiding one's many suited forgetting how to use stairs. Something you've learned to do if you had a lot of free time. Aw, I can't put stream and animate. Well, look, nah, I'm gonna go. Well, to be honest, stream's more confident, so yeah, draw. Better. I'm gonna put that. Jesus, oh my gosh, this is even juicier than I expected. Thanks for trusting this information with me, Zumbro. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to betray that trust by telling everyone what you said. You spread your room like butter spreads on toast, and its warm, delicious goodness is eventually spread back to you. But I am someone completely different than before. Hey, do you remember when Zumbro disappeared for like the entire month of February, and no one knew why? I've been told the whole story. Come closer and I'll tell you all about it. Okay, this may sound weird, but Zumbro spent all of February trapped in his basement, and you might ask, how did that happen? Well, apparently there was one big reason for Zumbro forgetting how to use the stairs. During that whole month, until he finally got out, Zumbro avoided getting insane by draw better. And what's more, he didn't come out with his bare hands empty. He got a badass imaginary friend turned imaginary frenemy from the whole experience. Wait until I tell everyone. This will change everyone's opinion of Zumbro, and of spending your free time in the basement too. From the say, if all Zumbro is -4 boldness lighter. Wood searching for edible roots to make a wilderness tea. You find lots of roots, bitter root, ginger root, square root pie, the root of all evil. You brew it all together into the most delicious tea you ever had. It's so rooted with the knowledge that you gain +2 smart. Later you meet up with calculators so you can teach you to count in binary. You get just getting used to some of the more essential numbers when... What is this? A box capable of self-locomotion, but what could be inside? By using basic logic, we can rule out a few obvious incorrect guesses. An elephant, tractor, aircraft carrier would not fit inside a box of this size. You suggest the box might contain Counselor Flodge, the camp's self-proclaimed camouflage instructor. I see how you might make that mistake, Zumbro, but the box clearly says not Counselor Flodge on it. Boxes do not have mental capacity to tell lies, thus we must take it as words. Perhaps it is... Aha! Another flawless disguise, courtesy of Rodney Master himself. I don't know why I'm doing that accent, but these disguise, and now I'm required by law to say that. Counselor Flodge, the person I was certain could not be inside of a box. How did you do it? Easy. A true master of disguise blends into his surroundings. My surroundings were a cardboard box. Your advice is brilliant as it is simple, Counselor Flodge. Might I ask your opinion on another disguise-related issue?
Now you see me.
Of course, Carl. I'm here to help. If I am even here at all. Well, you know. Jesus, I'm getting tongue-tied trying to do something. Oh well, excellent. For the entirety of my synthetic life, I have attempted to blend in with the organics around me. However, my attempts were constantly met with limited success. Do you have any tips for appearing more authentically alive? Oh, that's easy. All you need is a big trench coat, some brooms for hands. It works every time. I tried that. It did not work. Did you try wearing a fedora to go with it? Did you try wearing a fedora to go with it? No. I wore a trilby. And that's even more organic at. I must say I'm stumped. Still, there must be something. There's something we could try. Jeez, I'm sick of trying to do a voice for him. Colonel Flodge may not know how to properly disguise a computer, but you got this in the bag. You chime in. There's a theory that all humans are within 6 degrees of separation from Calvin Bacon. Just get as close to him as possible. All you need to do is pass the tuning test. I'll be your tutor. I'm an old pro at being organic. Seriously? I've heard this theory, but assumed it was bullshit. That, however, before you said it, you are truly my friend, and friends never bullshit their friends. It is an iron law of sophistication. Now, all do is locate prominent human Kevin Bacon and stand as close to him as possible. No one will dare doubt my organic credentials after this. Searching. Kevin Bacon not found. Oh no, is this the day you finally gonna have to explain dying to Calculester? You put an understanding hand on his metal shoulder. You know that thing that millennials are always fantasizing about doing? You ask him. Paying off their student loans. No, the other thing. Oh, Kevin Bacon is not dead, friend Zombro. He appears to simply have disappeared. Run a more intensive search. One moment, please. Calculus fans start going full blast. Steam leaks out of his backpedal. He seems to be searching pretty hard. Finally, he finds what he's looking for. Oh dear. It seems that Kevin Bacon is indeed alive and well in a secure underground bunker monitored by CIA. The CIA! So they have time to hide Kevin Bacon in a secret bunker. They have not, but not to review my numerous job applications. Typical. It appears that I'm not the first robot to attempt to prove his similarity by getting physically close to Kevin Bacon. Previous users of this technique include Deep Blue, the Terminator, and Mark Zuckerberg. The strategy is effective. The CIA have discovered significant resources to make sure it never happens again. Oh dear, that poor man trapped in an underground bunker forever, all because of the ambitions of robots like me. Is this feeling guilty? You try to explain to Calculus that it isn't even his fault, but after 20 minutes you realize you're talking to a cardboard box with Calculus written on it. Followed again by Flodger's crafty disguises. You minus 2 smarts, minus 1 4. Jesus. I will get my smarts up again. That day you get lost in the woods. You decide to study the tree's bark, the moss patterns to solve the situation. By reading one tree bark, you realize the direction north is. By reading another tree's bark, you learn the exact edge of the tree. And by reading yet another tree bark, you learn the tree likes Irish poetry, believes in Buffy and Spike were the ultimate ship on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Whoa, so much useless knowledge again, plus 2 smarts. It's a beautiful day at Camp Spooky, and Calculus has taken the opportunity to show off his succulents. You see, friends, Umbro, I did not want my succulents to feel left out of the camp spirit, so I have been making each of them tiny Camp Spooky appropriate outfits. Each one has been receiving a tiny scout sash, even within their scout badges and individual bathing suits that they can wear when I spray them with mist. Plants. I probably said it wrong before. Calculus is adorable when he talks about his plants. You can't help but strive lovingly in his face as he speaks. Ugh. Well, why am I not surprised? Yet another campus staring intensely at a screen instead of enjoying the great outdoors. Camp Spooky isn't about using electronics, it's about engaging in classic activities like scouting and swimming and doing manual labour to benefit the camp. And yet, here you all are on your phones. Explaining the calculator is in fact not a phone, but rather a sentient being, and in fact a fellow camper under her charge. Friend Zumbo is right, friend camp director Miss Weaving. You and I have interacted multiple times. That's what students on their phones always say, to try and justify their technology addiction and neglect their real world responsibilities. You're left with no choice. I'm afraid I'm going to have to confiscate all your screens from you until you've kicked this nasty habit. Quick, as a flash, director Miss Weaving grabs Calculus and starts trying to put him in her pocket. Help, help. Oh my god, was that the R2-D2 scream? Help, help, I'm being kidnapped. No, you're not, you're being confiscated. There's a huge difference. It has to do with whatever I consider you as a person or not. Rescue me, friend Sombro. Rescue me from camp director Miss Weaving, who is not being a good friend at all right now. You can't let Calculus be kidnapped, computer-napped, confiscated. Whatever, you can't be taken away. You need to find a way to convince her that your relationship with Calculus is far from an unhealthy addiction. Given the history of spending all your time and energy trying to impress one classmate with no grad for school extracurriculars, this may not be true, but you still need to convince her. Sure, he's really unhappy by digging up your Garfield blog. Show her you're addicted to sex with machines and Holland's computer chip, which presumes your relationship with robots been healthy for 10 months. Seriously? See you carry a computer chip from Addicted to Sex with Machines Anonymous recovery group pioneered by reform robot fucker. I suck at wait a second, this isn't from Addicted to Sex with Machines Anonymous. This is from addicted to sex with machines proudly, not anonymous at all, and I'm gonna keep doing it all the time. How dare you bend the truth to make it seem like you were seeking help to move past your robot sex addiction when in reality you're just trying to add fuel to the fire. Everyone knows that the group you are part of encourages wanton, reckless, constant mindless sex with machines as much as possible, as often as possible. Friend Zombo, is this true? You start to protest, but you can't hurt Calculus further by lying to him more. You admit it's true. It would be not nice to shame someone, but it's also not nice to gain someone's friendship and to use them for your addiction. You tell Calculus that it may have started out that way, but first you only saw him as a means to an end. The end was kinky, addictive robot sex. But the more you know and love him, the more that changed, and now you genuinely love him for him. It is too late, Zombro. Unfriend Zombro. My trust has been broken, just as your 10 months of robot sex chip will be, since I refuse to engage in robot intercourse with you. Please, friend, come direct to me to go ahead and confiscate me and something more for me here. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Hewlett Packard. Hopefully this will teach Camper a Zombro a valuable lesson about becoming addicted to robots, and the UFO will simply encourage a less screen time for the sake of ocular health and engaging in traditional outdoor pastimes. But this is Camp Spooky, so of course this is some hardcore sex addiction. I need a vacation from summer vacation. And you need a vacation from her needing a vacation from her vacation. But you're also really craving some kinky robot sex. Or you get -2 fun, -1 smart. I've gone downhill for the past. Oh my god. Hey Dumbro, welcome to my cozy little log. How is everything? Say, have you heard anything particular juicy lately? Any good stories about your campmates? Look at me trying to make small talk and not at all fishing for some gossip. No. Just some good old-fashioned small talk. Come on, spill the beans, my friend. Fuck it, it's time for some lies and gossip. Here we go. Single milks in your area. Gamer Girl feet pics. Favorite meme. Oh. Oh, God. Is that how you spell it? Oh, how interesting. I'm glad our conversation naturally led to you to tell me without me having to pry at all. I promised I would take the secret to my grave. If you excuse me, I'm off to whisper covertly to our campmates about something completely unrelated. Since nobody has something better to talk about, you quickly hear your gossip circulate in camp. Amazing. Oh my god, guess what I've just heard about Zombro? 2 years ago, Zombro went on a cruise with his family, but on the way back home, they were shipwrecked. When everyone got off the boat, they realized that they accidentally found the fabled island of hot single milfs in your area. Hot single milfs in your area were distrustful of intruders, so the cruise inhabitants chose Zombro to be their ambassador. The leader of the only had one question: what religion do your people worship? Zombro, of course, told him all about Paimon. They loved Paimon so much they offered to help the castaways, but only if they would give him a good present in exchange. So Zombro gave him his prize, Gamer Girl feet pics. They were pleased with the gift, so they happily helped the castaways leave the island. You may want to remember that next time you hang out with Zombro, as it speaks volumes of his character. Everyone remember that Zombro gets +2 charm. Oh, I'll use my skills. Selecting the drinks in hand, yet hands come and go. There's a little time to think, and if you don't choose a drink really, someone else will take it. It'll push or get pushed. And these drinks, look, choose whatever you want, but I'm not responsible for whatever you put in your mouth. I'm always in training for you to test my concussions somewhere between kind and reckless. So get ready and good luck. Oh, I'll take this one. Oh, wow. Gotta keep moving, I see. So I got the Cosmorphion received its name because it disrupts the very core of the cosmos. Thanks to it, any stat effect is now double for you, for better or for worse.
I like straws.
This is the best part where I leave you before you puke all over me. Ciao. Forget I'm going charm. With that day Camp Dome you play Never Have I Ever Extreme. Every time someone mentions something you've done, you have to cut a finger off. But besides the finger part, this is finally a great time to brag about all the cool illegal things you've done. You're the first out, and while they're... Sorry. You're the first out, and while they're sewing your digits back on, you get to regale your friends with stories of how you robbed a bank while wearing your grandfather's skull as a hat. You're so cool. Also, they sewed +2 charm onto your left hand by mistake. Back at your tent, you spot Calculus the villain with his Ant Farm. He's so tender with those small, leggy boys. Oh, hello, friend Zombro. I'm just delivering revealing useless insights about organic life from my ant terrarium. Initially, I was worried that tiny six-legged creatures might not be fitting analog for more complex life forms. But friend Milo helpfully informed me that we are all tiny six-legged creatures where it counts. Concern averted. Lately, I've been focused on giving my little ants the happiest lives possible. If I can just optimize their tiny ant lives. It will help me understand how to make my larger friends happier as well. Recently, however, I've run into an obstacle. As everyone knows, the happiness of organic beings is directly related to how efficient it is at working. My ants are quite efficient. I hardly know any humans who could vomit so much material into the mouth of their exalted queen. But I wonder, are my ants as efficient as they could be? Surely there must be room for improvement, but I've tried everything I can think of without success. Transmitting a mathematical formula for organic efficiency didn't help, neither did telling them to do their best in binary. I am a loss. Well, calculator says the bar pretty low in terms of workable solutions. Surely you can think of something that will make these ants into harder workers. Income and fail, you retreat to Miami. Fancy of... seriously. Travis Antonio and tragically ant. Humble ants neither nor dull work digitally, yet the most diligent ant would toil less fulfilled he felt. Begins every time eventually ended in the same crystal barrier, which is my god. Then one day a miraculous thing happened. A metal hand descended from the sky and deposited dozens of free tickets to Miami, Florida. The Antonio's co-workers climbed aboard American Airlines and it was soon at the destination like it was paradise. They spent long in the pool, pool nights spent converting with the other insects beneath the floorboards of the hottest clubs. It was a dream. But all the dreams had one thing in common, they die. And when day 3 of the spectre, Antonio finished snorting another line of coke off and scared his exposed thorax. It hit him. The clubs, the parties, the cocaine, all of it was just another crystal prison, and the jailer was himself. As he flied aboard the airplane at the end of the retreat, he could see it in the malfunctioned eyes of his co-workers, the same emptiness. Nothing would ever change, nothing would ever be the same. Either he had gazed into the emptiness and it had changed him forever. Oh dear, the ants have discovered Ennui. That wasn't my intention. Uh-oh, could it be your suggestion was bad? Could be, it could indeed. Your suggestion was so bad I lost you. I'm in the minus.
Let's do this.
Oh, back to the woods. Hiking through the woods, you find a clearing and beautiful blue pond. There's a handsome man strangely deep in the pond. He's talking to his reflection like another person, a person he really wants to fuck. You swipe his wallet, we can find out his name is Narcissist. He's not an organic donor, also organ donor, and he's one punch away from getting a free smart water at 7-Eleven. Well, he's definitely not going to be using that anytime soon. You head to the gas station, get +2 smarts from your smart water. You take a break from tomfoolery to spend a few quiet moments with Calculester, romantically pursuing some spreadsheets. And this, bro, is the index of every plant I have cared for during my short lifetime. Look, here is Buckaroo Bonsai, there is Robert Plantinson, and he's an entry for Jefferson Lawrence. Oh dear. According to the spreadsheet, I have severely neglected poor Jennifer, and her feeding, watering, sunlight are all written in a several range. But look here. Calculator extra attention column labeled Emotional Development. 13.5. Statistically, that is the most immature number. I must find time to take her into the woods to be mentored by an older, wiser plant, perhaps a Dutch elm. Better make that trip soon, naive summer camper, because the woods won't be here for much longer. Indeed, all the organic life is fleeting, but I do not think it calls for laughter. But if I didn't laugh, how would you know I was an evil CEO? Yeah, perhaps I can introduce myself. Mr. Pappas is his name, and turn summer camps to the shopping malls is my game. A game which I intend to play here at Camp Spooky by buying it and turning it into a shopping mall. I do not understand what leads you to believe that this is a good location for a shopping mall. What are your site selection criteria? That's easy. When deciding whether to build a shopping mall, I always consider 3 things. Something local infrastructure and how many hundreds of youths it will upset. As the saying goes, you can't build a shopping mall without upsetting a few youths. But I didn't get where I am today by settling for just a few. Oh dear, according to the specific criteria, Camp Spooky is indeed the ideal location for a shopping mall. I do not support the wholesale destruction of this camp and its envious environs, but I feel compelled to bow to superior logic. What can I do? Oh no, if Camp Spooky is placed in a shopping mall, where are you gonna mac? The food court? Gross. There's only one way out. You gotta suggest a shopping mall location that would upset even more youths than it's built here. According to the pop culture, the best place to shop mall is the 1980s. Kids hate when you take away the video games, build shop mall in Fortnite. Seriously? Fortnite? Please. Do you even know what Fortnite is? You have to admit you're not super familiar. You're more into narrative dating sims. You're a monster of refined taste after all. Well, as heartless businessman, I know all about it. Vast annexing-inducing open spaces, ceaseless microtransaction, teens. Fortnite is already a shopping mall. If we're gonna ruin a video game, it's gotta be something edgier. Independently run, something like one of those dating sims you mentioned. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Patrick, hand me the phone. Poor Patrick manages to hold his boss up with one hand while he fishes his pockets for the phone and hands it up. My research claims they've just made a discovery which undermines the very fabric of reality. It turns out this is a video game. This right here, we're us talking to each other, is a video game. That's great news. Seems like I can move video games from right here at Monster Camp. Oh dear, it appears to have come full circle. Come Spooky, we're raised by a shopping mall after all. What? No. I'm gonna bother with this silly summer camp. I'm gonna really ruin this video game by building a shopping mall inside the game's code. Shopping mall inside game's code. That's impossible. Just like the deals at Nordstorm Rock. Located online 106 in Praise online string speakers per line string a string list. Oh no, it's already begun. Just like the discount stats sale going on at TJ Maxx, we're changing the name and selling of all your stats, including -4 fun, -2 charm. I've lost all my fun.
Sitting, my favorite activity.
I can't do this anymore. Hello mall client 4033 and welcome to my log. I may like it, but this one's mine. However, in order to gain access to my log, there are a few rules you must follow. 1. We pay the most respect to our campfire, Our Lady and our Saviour. Her brightness, please throw something into the fire to show your respect. Alright, you're tossing the jury summons you've had in your pocket all day. Mall dash client number 4033. I justify system 0. Wonderful. 2. We do not eat peanuts on my log. Never, ever, never. Why? Aren't peanuts disrespectful to her brightness, the campfire or something? No, I'm just allergic. 3. You must share the other inhabitants of the log. That's me, the latest Scottish you've heard. It's the most important riddle of all. Of course it is. That's fine, you're not one to disrespect Moss Log's customs. Time for some gossip. Irradiated party balloons. Bake sale coordinator. And... the only one I can think of. Thank you very much. You respect of my log's cultural norms that have guaranteed sitting access anytime you want. I'll return in a moment to stamp your passport. I just need to tell every live us all the gossip you just told me first. Your friends are thirsty for your scorching hot gossip in the mix as we're wrapping around the campfire. Oh my god! Why so many amazing creatures are showing up now? I have something to tell you, but if you tell anyone else, I have to kill you, no pressure. According to what I've heard, Maul is actually part of a secret society that we know nothing about until now, that is.
It makes you rethink things, huh?
He's a member of the Order of the Irradiated Party Balloons. Is basically a shadow government that controls part of society I've never heard of. The Order of Party Balloons is very good at keeping a low profile, but you may notice that more clients occasionally wears a ring shaped of an eggplant. That's their secret symbol. They're super difficult initiation project, and Morkind barely survived all its trials. In order to get in, you have to survive at least 2 raptures, eat an entire beefy 5-layer burrito without shitting your pants, and have 3 formal letters of recommendation. Morkind has been a member of the Order for almost 8 years, and he's only level 15 bake sale coordinator. I wonder if Morkind came to camp to try and recruit new districts for the Order. I know I'll be horrified if I was invited to join, but what about you? And just like that, your payment scarf of mine is fun. I'm over halfway there. I have to keep going. Hiking through the woods, you accidentally step on a pile of leaves covering a massive hole. It was a trap. An evil goblin hunter is just a goblin who hunts or someone who hunts goblins. You'll never know. Appears and they're the one who put the trap there. This is it. You're done. You get ready to embrace death. But the goblin hunter only set the trap to get someone to help them to do their math homework. They only let you live if you help them. You don't actually have any other options. A bit boring. You actually learn some useful calculus. Plus 2 smarts. The sky is clear, the birds are singing. You, a robot, a cursed monster slayer, and a death-bringing reaper are merely skipping through the woods, hunting a leprechaun. So what's the deal with it killing this leprechaun? How many experience points am I going to get? Do I get a sneak bonus if I attack from behind? Due to 6 mass extinction, the slaying of leprechauns is inadvisable. They are considered endangered by United Monsters Nations.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in working today. I think that we grab him, get some sweet pick for the gram, stick a pot of gold emoji on there, then release him and call it a day. Speaking of gram, this is one of the only spots in the woods I haven't posted a pic yet. Hop in everyone, it's selfie time. You gather around for a cute picture full of an ironic duck face, dabbing and bunny ears. Lit. Uploading. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'm using hate. I'm ironically here because technically I feel nothing. But there appears to be no reception here. What? This is bullshit with no connectivity. My party has lost their buffs. Totally non-optimal. My memories are unable to back up, and with no internet access, I'm unable to constantly learn and download update information to correct any mistakes. What if I become racist? What if I connect to the internet and calculus that is over is trending it because I have become problematic? You're worried? If I don't post it in the next 5 minutes, all my followers will think I've died, and I won't even be online to reap the petty likes. Hey, chill out, guys. Chill out, guys. Being online isn't everything. Let's just time to order pizza. Oh no, we don't have service for the. Oh fuck, where am I going to get pizza? We need the internet stat. Yikes, seems your friends are spiraling out of control. Of course, you could use this as a teachable moment about your extreme dependence on the internet. But you're not going to do that, lol. You're taking the easy way out and snagging some net. He's out. All we need is a long wireless antenna. Hey, wait, what's that between your legs, Calculus? We just need to loot the internet of the woods. Quick. Create some content. Not so smart. I haven't got the stats for anything now. Friend, more clients, why would you point that out? Seriously, don't you know it's rude to talk about what's between someone's legs? What between my legs is eggplant of legacy and a powerful artifact that until this moment I have hidden from the evildoers who seek to spread sex and chaos. Surely you drawn attention to it as alerted them, and now I must journey to cast into the fires of Dick Pig Mountain. A quest? Sweet! Let's kill a ton of squirrels along the way and grind the XP. Dramatic is the shots on top of the mountain? Yes, please. Avari, will you stand in front of the camera, facing away from me? Put your hand extended back as if leading me onwards through this beautiful remote locale. I don't know. Will you help me slay squirrels? Sure. Then let's get basic here. You start to pitch some more classic vacation shot ideas, but I apologize, friend client, but I don't see how there's any way for us to allow you to join when you were one who put the eggplant in jeopardy to begin with. If you want to come along on the next race, try not to be such a fuck up. I love the depth of pain in your eyes right now, so authentic. I'm gonna capture over that poem. See you when we return triumphant. They're out teaching to make comments about each other's bodies. Theoretically, this lesson should gain you plus smarts, but something we have to punish you for your mistakes, no rewards, so minus 4 bonus, minus. Well, that's what you get, you're welcome. You heard behind the bullet bunker in the throes of tail tag battle royale against camp rival camp. You sure that this is the end? You lived a good life, you think. Next to you is a camp rival camp member, shivering and crying and out of ammo. Why guns part of tail tag is beyond your comprehension. This is where we die, more client, they sob. Why couldn't Camp Spooky and Camp Rival Camp just make love, not war? You reach for them as if to bring them into a tender kiss, and as soon as they're in your grasp, you take their tail. Fuck yeah, that gives Camp Spooky the win. Everyone saw your sexy ruse, which gives you +2 charm. The international rivalries make a stronger day, so you spend the afternoon competing against Camp Rival Camp in a series of camp games. It all comes down to the tiebreaker of a dreaded climb wall. Even the slightest mistake can result in a fall of 4, 5, 6, even 6 feet. Terrifying. Calculus is getting ready to climb the wall, and he's facing against Morty the Minotaur, Camp Rival Camp's resident hypersexualized Minotaur. You're busy helping Morty rub his scented climbing oil all over his armpits and his inner thighs when suddenly... Wait, this robot is my opponent. Complete bullshit, and trust me, I know bullshit. I deal with it literally every day. The robot's arms are made of metal, which is super strong, almost as strong as my lustful urges. Only he has a computer head that tells him how to climb a wall by using the internet. That's an unfair advantage. He's just a machine someone built. I earned my muscles by being born with 50% bull genetics and 50% human. Yet very buff genetics. Jesus, I don't know voices. My genes have worked real hard. Oh dear, I'm afraid this undeniable attractive Minotaur is right. My appendages are optimized for motor strength and dexterity, and I've downloaded about 22,000 YouTube videos about climbing techniques. Setting status to crushing guilt over my unearned privilege. Whatever, but Buttons, you gotta nerf yourself if you want this to be a fair contest. Nerf myself. I understand the logic, but I'm unsure how to achieve a nerf. Unless you mean I should load some foam bullets into a gun and shoot them at my own feet. No, you gotta make it harder for yourself to climb the wall. Robots have screws, right? Maybe take out all your screws. I'll even take off my underwear to make it fair. Oh god, how Calculus to think of a better way to nerf himself before this video game becomes outright man-ball robot pornography. Until Windows 9 disable the antivirus. For now, we can only deal with viruses through an alternative medicine. Yep. Perfect. I'm almost really here to get you wet and or hard, but even I know that Windows 95 is the second worst OS of them all. Welcome to Microsoft Hardware Wizard. Installing new operating system Windows 95. Replacing current operating system Windows Me. Wait, he's been running on Windows Me, the worst OS of all? Yes, calculus why he chose such garbage OS for himself. Oh, it's simple, really. Assume that the operating system with the word Me in the name would be ideal for developing sense of self. Now that you've replaced me with slightly less shitty Windows 95, calculus is several times faster and better at climbing. Oops, it also includes some bug fixes. Wow, I can pat my head and rub my belly simultaneously without overheating. I've never done this before. It's challenging but quite a thrill. Also, I'm no longer getting a runtime error when I try to understand astrology. I finally realized that the stars have decided my personality and their decision is Aquarius. And this upgrade processing power is quite enjoyable, but I'm afraid that this idea hasn't nerfed my climate abilities in the slightest. How disappointing. This contest was unfair to start, and now it's even more unfairer. God, if that's how you're gonna play it like this, I'm not gonna climb. I'm gonna stand here and flex. Jesus. Lucky I'm able to process mortal quandaries even more effectively now, and include that I should nerf myself by using my opponent's suggestion. I will remove all my own screws and attempt to climb the wall. Calculus tears out all the screws and you can't even reach the first plastic rock in the wall. You're gonna spend hours screwing them back together, not in a hot way. Meanwhile, Morty won the climb challenge, took off his underwear, and was crowned the glorious king of wall and all-time porno champ. Minus 2 creativity, minus 4 to fun. I'm almost there. Could take a leave or just here. I'm sensitive to science, so let's believe what I've heard. I've heard company that Reaver seems to be innocent in the dune and actually moonlights as a monster slayer. She slaughters monsters through the night just for fun. What you think of that? You think? No shit. Oh, you think you could do better, then why didn't you tell me what gossip you've learned in the past 24 hours? If you're so good at it. Please. Yeah, you figured this was all a bit just by must to get you to tell him some gossip. Lucky you're not going to disappoint. A flaming AK-47 with a hentai addiction, famous person who's hella dead. Holy smokes, I never believed it. This blows my Arivi Slayer revolution out the water. Can't wait to tell everyone about the insane double lives people at Camp Spooky appear to be living. There's a reception out here to last, so everyone's bored enough to spread your rumor around fairly quickly. Have you heard the news about more clients? No, well, get ready to have your shit rocked. Last week, when Morgline was in line at Starbucks, he just happened to see the famous celebrity, that one guy, waiting for their drink nearby. Being the giant fan that he is, Morgline immediately went over to say hello. Apparently, that one guy was very impressed with Morgline's outfit, especially his flaming AK-47. Then Morgline asked that one guy about the rumors spreading around their hentai addiction. That one guy was severely offended by that and immediately blocked Morgline on Twitter. Morgline's life has never been the same since. Isn't that wild? I can remember that next time you talk to him. You may have not actually met that one guy, but everyone who meets Morgline after hearing this is going to know that he lost minus 4 bonus, sorry. I'll take a gamble. Weekends arrives, time to visit Juan. Look who's here. Phobia shots or the mystery box. I'll take the phobia shots. Let's do. You know that one say you can't overcome your fears, drink them. Cheers to you. Doing this is surely bold. Hope you can summon Dak. Happy trails. Let's go. That in hiking trip with a bunch of random campers, you live some weird adventures and share some personal stories and secrets. You don't know the names, they don't seem to have their own character models, but they do reveal to you that they're part of a different game, a survival resource management one. Turns out they cannot perceive your character model. You go to the same camp, yet you're part of different games. This is deeply strange and makes you reflect so much about your own existing game, plus do smart out of it. They apparently game plus 10 berries and plus his stamina, whatever that means. You're hiking through the woods when your friends never be lost again. Honestly, why do you even keep leaving camp? How are you not dead yet?
We're fucking lost.
Fuck, guys, this is it. We're gonna die out here in the boring ass wilderness, where there aren't even any wild me on street. I actually can't do a voice at the moment. Calm down, idiot. I can find food easy. I can't promise you filet mignon, but if we find an animal or slime and beat the shit out of it, it might drop a whole roast chicken. We don't have that kind of time. The only situation is cutting off our arms and eating them. What? I say I can't do the voice, and I do it anyway. What? That's a terrible idea. I need both my arms for punching things. What? You think I don't? It's a sacrifice we all have to make. If you just cut off your non-dominant hand, it won't be as bad. Friend Damien, though I have no need for calories or dismemberment, I will also cut off my arm in solidarity. See? Calculus is not scared. So why are you, Slayer? Are you finding roast chickens or... You are a roast chicken. Clack, clack, clack. Fuck you, I'm not scared. Hex, cut off your arm with me. No thanks. I don't have any arms, just hands. I think I'll just eat this bagel. You do you, though. Varys pulled out a great axe, a great cutting board, and already has her arm on the literal chopping block. You're about to stop her when you hear a doorbell ring. Please delivery for is this a butcher shop or something? Damn it, I'm lost again. I'll continue. We are also lost. Where are you trying to go, friend stranger? Wolfram and half law firm. Not sure which tree I took a wrong turn at. I'm definitely not the right spot, huh? I think... Gal! Very team meeting now! Okay, now that we have all discreetly held it up away from the pizza girl, here's a plan. We need to convince her this is Wolfram and Heart so she gives us the pizza. Bold move, ex-likey. You got Moxie, kid. We cannot, friend Damien. Lying and stealing are wrong. You are doing both at once. That makes this wrong by a factor of 2. Calculaster, calculaster, calculaster. You don't understand. Remember that circle of life chart I drew up for you? Look here, it says clearly that Damien's a natural predator of pizza. It is part of nature for Damiens to use their cunning metallist to prey on any pizza they see. Okay, I understand. Now that the circle of life is above law, what is your hunting strategy, friend Damien? Easy. We ask Male Client what to do. Damien's and Male Client have a symbiotic relationship. He hunts, I eat. So what's it gonna be, Male Client? Prove the pizza girl that this is laughing by suing her in a very credible. Find Wolfram and Heart in the woods, glue a Wolfram together, put them in suits and classes, man. Perfect. Hey, asshole. We have 2 hello firm. We're gonna sue the shit right out. How are you? You are, but lawyers don't sue people. They work for people who sue people. Oh, right. Fuck. Whatever, I don't really care. If you want to sue Puzzle's pizzas, though, you're just gonna have to get in line. We've got lawsuits at the wazoo right now. Actually, we get sued so often you don't even need a lawyer anymore. Corporate wrote up these standard law, just fill out and mail it in, whatever. Check box A if any person who consumed pizza has suffered projectile vomiting. Check box B for projectile diarrhea. Check box C for both. I really don't like that pizza is in quotes. If the pizza was delivered in such a progressive state of decay that its bacteria has grown sentinel, please contact Form C, which covers bacterial custody agreements. If you have a party who's consumed a pizza, please detail below your last will and testimony and make peace with the god of your choosing. If left to Form B, the choose decide composition, 150% off coupon for your next soft drink, or dishwasher's left thumb. Yuck. Go for a thumb. Thumbs actually taste pretty good with a can of easy cheese. No thanks. I don't want to eat that pizza anymore or have it anywhere near me. Yeah. Do you think that, like all the places we eat, are this gross? I can confirm it, friend Damien. It was my assumption that you were patronizing those establishments before organic cancer-consuming sustenance. Well, you know what they say when you assume you probably contract methylamine. Symptoms may include -4 fun, -2 charm. I'm almost at -20 fun.
Let's go take a nap.
You were hiking through the woods, you're approached by an NPC who has a quest for you. You can tell she's an NPC because she only says the same 4 things over and over, and it keeps doing the same idle animation. The NPC quest is to deliver a very important scroll to her father. She makes it extremely clear no one else is allowed to read it or tell what things will happen. You read it, of course. It turns out her father's secret recipe to a perfect peach cobbler. Looks like her dad is never going to be able to make that flawed dessert in time for the NPC's family potluck, because you eat the recipe scroll and get +2 smarts. He's calculus attending to his ant farm. He's so cute when he's manipulating the lives of thousands of organic lives. Hello friend, maybe your visit will bring joy to my ants. No, I don't understand. Organic beings are supposed to love social contact, but these ants seem quite anti-social. I even tried to introduce them to hugging, but it mostly just killed them. Perhaps we can sing them some songs about friendship. I believe it's easier to learn lessons through song. Dramatic entrance! That was my dramatic entrance. Are you impressed? It was certainly dramatic. Thank you, I've been practicing anyway. Are you ready for our ant battle? I do not recall agreeing to such thing. Really? I could have sworn I was staring intently at you earlier with my internal monologue insisting that my ants must defeat your ants. You stared back with such unblinking intensity that I knew you must be thinking the same thing. Friend Delilah, I never blink. It is because I do not have eyes. Then settled, our ants will engage in glorious combat. Watch out though, I've been training my ants tirelessly to defeat you. Look how buff they become. Delilah unveils her ant farm is full of Asian long-haired beetles. Train hard, Calculus, the next time we meet I won't go easy on you. Oh dear, I never agreed to this fight. My ants are severely outmatched, yet somehow I feel duty-bound to participate in this contest. Please help me find a way to save my ants from certain death at the hands of Delilah's beetles. I actually got one right. The Trials and Tribulations of Antino the Ant, a comedy in one ant I mean act. Antonio was an unremarkable ant, a thorax of average length, a mediocre brain, and no dick to speak of. The last bit was mostly because Antino, like the many works in the colony, was biological female. We won't use male pronouns because they work for the name with the name Antonio, which is a hilarious pun. Yet despite his glaring mediocrities, Antonio always believes he's destined for something more, something grander. And then one day, Antonio's tiny ant dreams came true. A mysterious figure appeared above Antonio's desk and delivered a rousing speech. It was not enough, said the figure, simply to survive. The ants must thrive. They must build a great spaceship and explore the world beyond the nest. They must do this thing, not because it's easy, but because it is hard. As hard as I am for my sweet metal love pot, whatever that meant. And it was that Antino discovered his true calling. He was not a worker ant. He was an aerospace engineer ant. Sitting back behind his desk in his office at NASA, Antonio feels as his tiny life family has meaning. Even if he is an ant and cannot do basic arithmetic, let alone space math, also no thumbs. Fuck it though, he won't know the difference. You think an ant knows what a function space program is supposed to look like? He thinks he's doing great. Anyway, let's get back to the regular sized world where all your friends live. Damn it, Calculus, what'd you do? Now all my beetles want to do is go to space. It was not I, it was friend Morclite, and all he did was introduce him to the bewitching mystery of space. Curse the bewitching mystery of space, you got lucky this time. I'm gonna go beat up space. You're not sure how Delilah plans to beat up space, but she sure seems motivated, almost as motivated as you are to try and find a way to smooth Calculus. Game +4 smart, +2 fun. I succeeded at 1.
Okay.
I succeeded at 1.
Okay.
You decided not to ask anyone to be your summer honey. You were too addicted to this new mobile game called Lonely Logs. It's sort of like Tetris, except you're stacking logs in formations and it's only single player. And if you ever find a significant other, you lose your high score. So you shrieked physical and emotional connection with another person for an app game. I bet you're never gonna regret that choice. Nah, just kidding, you totally regretted it. When the meteor shout came, you all shouted with loneliness and despair. Also, some cluckfuck named Virgil the Virgin stole your spot on the Lonely Logs leaderboard. Damn you addictive mobile games! Uh,